Hey everybody, how's it going? It's me, Logan, aka Suburban Yinzer. So in this video, I wanted to address what happened to me on the Growing Up Mount Washington Facebook page. So I was thrown off of the page entirely last night, for something that I don't know about. I don't know what I did wrong. Okay, I called out the administrators, I called out the supervisors, the admins of the page. They threw me off the page. They blocked me from the Growing Up Mount Washington Facebook page for no reason. No warning, no answers, nothing. They just blocked me from the page, and I'll tell you why. Or what I suspect why. Because they haven't given me an answer. But for anybody that follows that page, follows the Growing Up Mount Washington page on Facebook, I would like Yins to maybe contact them if you know them, whoever it is, whoever they are, and ask them why Logan was thrown off the Facebook page for no reason, no warning, no definite answer on that. Because to me, it's an outrage. It's utter. It feels like utter discrimination and just utter, targeting, in my opinion. Because here's the reason why. I tried to post my recent video about St. Mary of the Mount Church on Grandview Avenue that I posted yesterday. You can see it on my YouTube channel, my latest video. And I tried to post it multiple times. But each time I kept posting it, it kept getting removed from the page. This is a Mount Washington styled video about St. Mary of the Mount. You can't get more Mount Washington than that. That is the Mount through and through. That's Grandview Avenue. And I was trying to post a video on the Facebook page. But I've done this multiple times throughout the past year. What I would do is I'd make content. I'd make the YouTube video about Mount Washington, regardless of what it was or what it is or what it's about. But it's about Mount Washington. And I'd post it on the Facebook page. And guess what? It got great reviews. Many people like my videos. Many people from the Mount that know my family since 1966. For 60 years on Mount Washington, people know my family. People know my grandparents. People know my aunt, my uncle, my mom. I mean, I practically was raised on Mount Washington half my life. I've spent half of my life basically on the Mount, visiting my grandparents, sleeping over their house, walking down with my grandma to shop and save, walking down Shiloh Street to Grandview Avenue. I can't tell you how many experiences that I can remember throughout my life that I was on that Mount. And for the administrators or the supervisors of that Facebook page to completely discriminate against my videos about Mount Washington, it's an absolute outrage. It's discrimination. I don't know what the underlying agenda is. I don't have a problem if I would have violated the terms or the rules of the page, but there was no definite violations that I could see. I mean, and then I called them out on it on the Facebook page. I will admit this. I called them out. I wrote on the page, on the feed, I said, what is your problem with my videos? Why my videos keep getting removed? It feels like I'm being targeted. So in the past, it's happened a couple times. It's a regular occurrence where sometimes I'll post a Mount Washington video on the page about Mount Washington, on the Mount Washington Facebook page, and then it gets removed. So I don't know what underlying agenda or who's supervising this page and who's making the rules like an authoritarian dictator, but to me it seems like discrimination, and there seems like there's a conspiracy here. There's some underlying agenda, and it needs to be called out. Because many people have disagreed with what happened. Many people from all over Pittsburgh and all over my family have disagreed with this. My own family members from the Mount think it's an outrage. They think it's discrimination. They think it's ridiculous. But these people said to me, well, you should start your own page. And I will address that. No, I don't want to start my own Mount Washington page. Okay? I don't want to do it. I was fine with what was happening. I had thousands of people watching my videos, tuning into my videos, being educated and informed about their neighborhoods, about their history. And I was fine with that. I mean, people from decades, for instance, the 60s and 70s and 80s, who knew my grandparents, who knew my uncle, aunt, my mom. People know my family. My family has been living on Mount Washington since 66. Prospect School, St. Mary of the Mount Catholic School, St. Mary of the Mount Church, St. Justin's, Boggs Avenue, Prospect, Southern Avenue, Natchez. I even say it the right way. Natchez, not Natchez, Natchez Street, Grandview Avenue. I mean, how many more things can I prove? How many more ways can I prove that I am a descendant of Mount Washington, that I love that neighborhood, that I love that community, and all I wanted to do was promote it. All I wanted to do was share my love and my passion for the homeland of my mother and my grandparents. But no, apparently I can't do that. Apparently I can't promote Mount Washington. Apparently I can't promote the community. Apparently I can't promote it to people that also love it too. Because here's the ridiculous thing about it, is that it's a Mount Washington Facebook page. It is about the Mount. I could understand if I was posting stupid content or basically content had nothing to do with Mount Washington at all. I had no association with it. I'm making videos about St. Mary of the Mount Church, St. Justin's, on Grandview Avenue, on the mushrooms. The mushrooms. How much more Mount can you get than that? And I'm making videos about it, and they get taken down with no explanation, with no reasoning. It's utter discrimination, in my opinion. It's targeting. It's blatant. If you don't give a reason for the reason why you keep taking off the posts, then you don't answer any of my grievances, and you don't respond to any of my, grievances at all, and then you just block me from the page. You remove me from the page. That's dictatorship. That's ridiculous. That authoritarian crap is ridiculous. I don't stand for it. And my family and my neighbors from the Mont, legit members, natives from the Mont, they don't stand for it either. They think it's ridiculous. There's people from all over Pittsburgh that I've told so far, and they think it's ridiculous. And I'm not going to sit here and be quiet about it, because that's not who I am. This is injustice. This is ridiculousness. And I feel that anybody from that page who's from Mount Washington should call it out for what it is. Discrimination, targeting, and segregation. Because I know I'm from the suburbs, and I know I'm not from the city. I have a city dialect. My dad's from Southside, my mom's from the Mount. On the Southside Facebook page that I'm a part of, my dad's relatives and ancestors and people from Southside, on the Southside Facebook page, they don't treat me like this. I give the Southsiders credit. I'm not from Southside. My dad is. My grandfather, great-grandfather, great-great. My family has lived in Southside on my dad's side since 1847. Those neighbors are like my family members down there on the Southside, on the flats, and on the slopes too. And those people might not be related to me by blood down Southside, but they surely do not treat me the way that Mount Washington Facebook page treated me. I can post anything I want on the Southside Facebook page if it's dedicated to the neighborhood or to the community or the people of it. And the people love it. The people of Southside love it because they know I'm a Joyce. They know my lineage. They know my creds down there. They know my credentials. They know my lineage. They know my ancestors. They know what I'm a part of. Jane Street, Sarah Street, Carson, Mary Street. They know. I could riff about 27th and Jane any day of the week. But on the Southside Facebook page, I'm not discriminated. I'm treated with open arms because I'm a Joyce, because I'm part of the neighborhood. But apparently in Mount Washington, if you're not part of the neighborhood and you don't drink the Kool-Aid, apparently you are just kicked to the curb without any warning or without any reasoning or answering. And to me, that's not what the Mount stands for. Whoever's running that page, you're giving a bad name to Mount Washington in the community and the people in general. Because if this is the way that I'm treated as an outsider from the suburbs, who has a mother and grandparents from the Mount, if I'm treated this way, then I'm going to call it out for what it is. And I don't know if the person watching this or if somebody, whoever removed me from that page, if there's a political agenda because you don't agree with my political views. I hope that's not the case, because that's not what America stands for. If you like the First Amendment, freedom of speech, I'd suggest checking the Constitution, because I can say whatever I want on my YouTube channel. If you don't agree with my political views, and that's the reason why you removed me from the Facebook page, shame on you. Shame on you. I hope that's not the reasoning. But since I'm from the suburbs of Pittsburgh, I'm from the South Hills, I am not city. But I have city blood, city ancestors, and city family members that back me and support me 1,000%. I got people from Southside and the Mount, both sides of the family, that support and love my videos. They love my content. They love me as a person. They love what I'm doing. And I will not sit in silence and be treated like this. I will not be targeted. I will not be discriminated against. I will not be shunned. And I will not stay silent about this injustice. I'm sorry, and I know many Yins were going to say, well, Logan, just shut your mouth, deal with it, wah. But you know what? It gives a bad name to Matt Washington, and whoever's running that page, just know this. I didn't violate any of the terms. I didn't violate any rules. I'm posting Matt Washington content on a Matt Washington Facebook page. It doesn't get any more plain as day than that. And if you keep removing my videos, which you already did, multiple times without any explanation about the violation of terms and rules, that is dictatorship and that's authoritarian garbage. And I'm not going to stand for it, and neither is half my family and half the people of the community of Mount Washington either. I can guarantee you that. But anyway, sorry about the rant, but I appreciate anybody who's watching this, and I would suggest and I would hope that many Yins would confront this person or these people and ask them, what's your deal? What's your problem with Logan? And what did he do wrong to violate the terms to get blocked and removed from the page permanently? I just want to know. That's all I want. I want answers. I want a definite, legitimate reason why I was removed from that page without any warning, because I love Matt Washington. And I'm proud to be a son and a grandson of the Matt. And I love the people of that community. I love sharing my content with those people, my mom's neighbors and family members on the Matt. And I am not going to sit here in silence and be treated this way. I'm going to call it out for what it is. Discrimination. But anyway, sorry about the rant. I just had to address it. If any Yins have an answer for me, please let me know. I appreciate it. But anyway, peace out. Have a good day.